Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As mentioned in my first debt confession video, I am on a journey to become debt free. So therefore I am choosing to document this journey and therefore changing the course of this channel. I have already eliminated, as of the end of 2020, my auto loan and all of my consumer credit card debt. I am in the process of getting rid of my last 5 outstanding debts, which include 2 personal loans, 2 student loans, and 1 mortgage. With that being said, I do use my credit cards. I just do so a lot more responsibly. I put my utilities on there and other odds and ends and essentials, and I just make sure that I pay it off. Usually immediately or within that week, but definitely by the end of the month, so that I am not paying any interest, and therefore also building credit and building my credit score. In this video, we're going to revisit the almost $280,000 worth of debt and how we got there and why we are here. So if you like this video, please like it, subscribe. Make sure you guys comment below. I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy all tips and tricks, suggestions to make this journey fun and to keep the momentum going, or in my case, rekindle the commitment and the momentum. I understand that this, like any journey that is personable, is personal, and it's each individual's responsibility to take that journey on, and however that journey pans out for you, it has to be your personal journey. But again, I am open and looking for and welcome any tips or suggestions that you may have to help me save money, to help me pay debt off faster, or again, just to make it lively so that I don't get into a rut or discouraged to stop. As I stated in my last video, I ended 2020 on a high because I hit goals that I didn't think I was going to hit, such as paying off my car. But after about probably January, maybe early February, that momentum just kind of faded. So I'm back in May, trying to pick up the pieces, trying to put together a budget that I can stick with and that does not take a long time. And I think that was part of the reason I kind of got discouraged, because trying to do my budget was taking a long time. But then I watched a video by the budget mom, and she was like, once you get things into place, then it won't take that long. And I probably threw in the towel a little bit sooner than I should have. But I can say, because I did have certain things into place, I didn't have to go back. I was still in better positions than I have ever been financially, just because, you know, I did have sinking funds. I did start saving for certain expenses and what have you. So the structure is still there. The bones just need to be worked out. So let's get into this video about my debt confession and how and why we are where we are. So, as you guys know, I do have a personal loan, and we'll start with personal loan number 1. This loan came about because, unfortunately, in 2013, my son passed away. So therefore, I had to pay for his funeral expenses and to close out his affairs. Yes, he did have life insurance. He did have a life insurance policy. Sadly, it was in I listed somebody else as the beneficiary instead of myself, because long story short, I thought they would be responsible. Unfortunately, they took the money and ran. Anyway, so I did what I had to take care of my son and to lay my son to rest, paying again for his funeral expenses, repast, dinner, programs, all of the things that was necessary to hopefully give him peace of mind, as well as me honor him. With this debt, I have drug my feet. And it wasn't until I was going over my numbers and pulling all of my numbers from everywhere and getting a very clear picture. And this is a case where I compartmentalized debt. As I mentioned in the first video, like I had an issue with doing that with certain things. I also learned that certain debt I'm emotionally attached to, and this was one of them. I don't know. I was holding on to whatever little piece that I physically and tangibly could have of him. And it wasn't until I was discussing like with my girlfriend, actually in 2019, and I was like, I'm trying to, get my finances together and, this, that, and the third. And I was discussing this particular debt as well as like all of my debt. And she reminded me, she was like, from the time your son could talk, I know for sure at least around 5 or 6, he's always said how he wanted to take care of me. Sometime on a daily basis. And if you're a mom, you think of it like it's cute and like, oh, and as he got older, and I'm like, I don't want you to do that. I just want you to be happy and, be successful in your own right and do things that you love to do. But he was adamant about that. And my girlfriend reminded me of that this debt, is not my son. More importantly, it's not what he wanted. So I'm doing him and myself a disservice by holding on to this tangible debt that is accruing interest. And it's not taking care of me. And again, like I said, is nowhere is my son tied to this in, I guess, the way I was thinking he was. So yeah. I'm sorry, guys. So that is where the majority, and I'm sure at the time I probably threw some stuff in there that I had of my own debt, but it was very small. The debt number 2, the personal loan. This was a debt consolidation loan that I had got prior to my son passing, like a few months. Well, when he passed, everything kind of stopped. Everything kind of got behind. So that is where this debt came from. Fortunately, I was able in 2020, I believe, either the end of 2019 or in the beginning of 2020, I was able to refinance it to get a 0% interest, which I think is up in 2022, the end of 2021 or 2022. So that is just a consolidation of debts and credit cards and other stuff. Again, being a single mom, you do what you have to. So that's what I did. Again, like I said, trying to get my finances in order and get a budget and all of that stuff. But when he passed, because it was one, I was not prepared. It was suddenly, and just that loss was not a loss I was prepared for. So yeah, everything got put on hold. And then my 2 student loans are from my 4 bachelor's and my master's degree. So that's where that is. And then lastly, my mortgage. I have been in my home now over 15 years. Yeah, because we're in 2021, and I think I bought my home in 2005-06. So I've been in my home 15 years. And that, again, brings us to the grand total of almost $280,000. So, guys, again, thank you for following me along on this journey. I hope that you like, subscribe, comment, and realizing, hopefully I'm not the only one who is on this journey and realizing that I am emotionally connected to some finances. Even through purchases, I am finding that I have to stop myself and be like, why am I buying this again? Like, do I really need that? And I know in my debt past, I wouldn't have stopped. I wouldn't even thought about it. Maybe months later be like, did I really need that? Or not even know where the item was that I purchased. So this journey has awakened a lot of things, and where I'm shifting my mindset to do things differently. And I think, I can't remember if I saw it in a video or a quote, I heard it from someone, but it just clicked for me is one, being mindful, but 2, being purposeful with my money and assigning my money a place, and not my money assigning where it wants to go. And I can attest to, even though I haven't been gun-ho attentive or like monitoring my budget as I was in 2020, because I had set things up on auto pay or set things up auto savings, I was able to take care of some things that have come up. Surprisingly to me, I'm like, oh, the funds are here. I don't have to try to rob Peter to pay Paul and hope John and Michael don't find out about it, because I had put some structure already there. So now I'm trying to put the bones into the structure and the beams to give it a solid foundation. And I know the Budget Mom had made a video, and she was saying how it only takes her 15 minutes to do her budget. And I'm trying to get to that space. One, I don't have a lot of time, but I need to spend time with my finances, and be very clear on my finances, and be very clear on where my money is going and how it's being spent, and what's being brought out and what's being spent, and I'm sorry, what's being brought in and what's being spent out, so that I can make better choices. So that is what this journey is for me, and also to save and to invest and to do other things besides pay debt. So again, thank you guys for coming along. Thank you for watching. It is so appreciated. Help me grow my family. And thank the budget community for being so welcome. And until the next video, guys, bye.